What is up, guys? I am James, and I know it's been quite a bit since you've heard my voice. It's been like a week or so since I made an update video, but the main reason is because I've been, just kind of out and about, hanging out with friends, doing other kinds of stuff. So I've been not playing RuneScape as much, but I'm definitely going to get back into it. Don't worry. Don't you fucking worry, alright? Anyways, in the last video, let's see, I was telling you about how I wanted to get a barrel chest anchor. And as you can see, I now have 40 farming, and where's Great Brain Robbery? Right there, Great Brain Robbery complete, which means I now have the anchor. I haven't fixed it yet, I still have to go and do that. Another thing that I also talked about was the fire cape, and how I was gonna try to live stream it or, do an attempt soon. I decided that I didn't want to live stream it, mainly because I've been on Twitch watching a couple people live stream their fire capes, and not only do like half of them get like disconnected and DDoSed offline, but the other half, like when they fail, like people are there trying to distract them while they're doing their fire cape, trying to make them fail, and then when they do fail, they like rub it in their face and tell them that they suck and stuff. It's just like, damn, that's kind of fucked up. And so I didn't really want to be a part of that, and I didn't want to have that extra added pressure to me, because I knew I was going to have a hard time going for the fire cape in the first place. Like, watching other people do their, when they got the jab, like, I was shaking before they got there, like, what was going to happen when I ended up getting there? And so I decided that I wasn't going to live stream it, and I was just going to go for an attempt and probably record it and upload it to YouTube instead of live streaming it. I went for my first attempt, and if you guys remember my bank, I didn't have any purple sweets. And so I tried to do an attempt without them, and I got to the 360s, and I came to the realization that I did the prayer stuff wrong. Like, you're not supposed to pray until you get to, like, the second wave of 90s, and I was praying on the first wave of 90s, and so I realized that I was not going to have enough prayer potions to make it through, and I also was healing way too much. I used like 2 or 3 Sarah brews by the time I got to the 360s, which obviously was not a good thing. Or maybe I got to the 90s the first try, but I ran out of, I knew I wasn't going to make it because I had a lack of prayer potions. And so I left and bought a couple more supplies. I restocked, and then I ended up buying purple sweets this time. And I bought like 100 of them. And so, again, I kind of fucked up. Like, it was the same thing as the first time. I didn't realize you weren't supposed to pray through the first couple waves. But I thought that I was gonna, like, when I got to the 360s, it looked to me like I had enough prayer potions, and I had enough stuff to heal me because I hadn't used any purple sweets yet, since I was praying on the first few waves, like you're not supposed to. Ooh, Nature Talisman. How much are those worth? Like 5k? I got to the 360s and I was like, maybe I do have enough prayer potions. So I figured I would just go for it anyways. And I was getting really bored killing the 360s because I only had like 62 range at the time. I have 65 now. That shows you how many fire cape attempts I've done. It was taking a really long time to kill those 360s, and so I was getting really bored, and I was like, you know what, I'm gonna plug my phone in because it was about to die, so I had to put it on the charger. I was like, I'm gonna surf the internet on my phone while I'm killing these things, so it makes the time go by easier. And so I go to grab my my phone charger, and it's connected to the same, like, I have wireless internet, and so I have like an access point that plugs into the back of my computer, and so it's plugged into the same what are those things called? The little extension, yeah, that's what it is, extension cord. So they're both plugged into the same extension cord, and for whatever reason, my extension cord, like, the things on it are extremely loose. That's what she said. Or he said? Which one would they say? Who would say that? It would be he, right? Yeah, that's what he said. Alright, and so, I went to grab the extension cord and plug my phone into the charger, and lo and behold, I unplugged the internet as well. And since it's an access point, when you plug it back in, it has to power up and everything. So by the time it was all powered up and ready to get me back on the internet, I had already disconnected fully. So I tried logging in, and I was outside of the fight caves, and I was extremely pissed because I died for something fucking stupid. That if I would have just been a little bit more careful when getting my extension cord, I could have tried and kept going, but obviously that didn't happen. And so on the third attempt, this time, you know, I knew everything. I knew what I was doing. I knew you didn't have to pray. I knew you needed the purple sweets, all that stuff. And the run was looking great. So I had gotten to the 360s. I had not used a single prayer potion dose, and I hadn't used a single, well, or not purple sweet. I haven't used a single Sarah brew yet, and I used quite a few purple sweets, but I think that's what you're supposed to do anyways. And so my run was looking good. Like, I knew if I kept it up, I was gonna get the Jad, and I was gonna most likely get my cape, because I was pretty confident that I was gonna kill Jad. And so about wave 40 again, my ADHD decided to fail me, and I was getting extremely bored while killing the 360s. And so I decided I was gonna try to start. Motherfuck you, doctor bitch! I don't have any Guam leaf, fuckhead. Give me your strength. Yeah, get the fuck out. Yeah, bitch. But anyways, before Doctor Fuckhead interrupted me, I got to like wave, I think like in the top 30s, maybe low 40s, and I was like, my ADHD was failing me. I was getting bored. I was like, you know, I'm not that bad at prey flicking, and I'm sure you know where this is going, but I'll tell you anyways. And so I decided to try to why can't I ever fucking talk? It's like my tongue's too big for my fucking mouth. And so I was trying to prey flick 360s, and as you would guess, it didn't go as planned, and I ended up missing one because I lagged and got hit a 42. And that's not the worst part of it. Like, I thought the 42 hit killed me because it was such a, like, odd number hit, and I was red barred. And so I got pissed and, like, slammed shit down. I was like, God damn it. And then it just comes and hits me a 1. I was like, fuck, are you serious? I could have slapped my prayer on, got back into it, drank a prayer, Sarah brew, got my prayer back up, restored, and I could have been set, and I would have not prayer flicked anymore because I got hit at 42. I was like, alright, I'm not going to let that happen again. And so I would have probably gotten a Jad, and I would have probably, you know, got my cape. And then, so after I failed, I kind of got to thinking, and it made me like, you know, is the fire cape actually really worth it? And I mean, I know it's like those things that people like want. It's like a prestigious thing. Like, you have that accomplishment. Like, hey, I killed Jad. I got a fire cape. You know, I'm a badass. And it's just kind of one of those things that's like that prestigious thing. It's like the same thing as a skill cape. You know, it's like I got 99 in this skill. You know, I'm pretty cool. Like a 99 thievy cape. Like, yeah, I'm a badass. I can steal shit from shit and fuck. And so, like I said, got me thinking, is the fire cape really worth it? And you know, obviously it does have like, it has like sort of like a side to both sides. Like, the good things about it, you know, you got that 4 strength bonus, which is obviously going to help you in pretty much any situation ever. And it's got pretty decent defense bonuses, which is obviously, I think the skill cape has a little bit better defense bonuses, but that plus 4 strength definitely makes it superior. And it also has just that prestigious value, like I said. Like, you know, it's like, damn, like when you walk by the fire cape, you know, like, you know that guy's a badass. Like, damn, he killed Jad. That dude's the fucking man. And it's just like, it's that prestigious thing. Like, you walk by and people know. You know people notice, but you pretend. You know people notice, and you act like you're the shit. And you act like, oh man, no big deal, I got a fire cape. But you know everybody else in their head's like, damn, that's pretty tight. And it gives you just that higher chance of hitting just a little bit higher when you're PKing and stuff like that. You know, there's also like the downside is if you're using it to PK, you die once and you disconnect, you're fucked. You know, like, that cape's gone. There's no way you're getting back to that cape, because you pretty much automatically drop it every time you die, and so you have to run back and grab it. But if you disconnect one time, and if you play the 07 servers as much as I do, which I'm sure most of you do, you know that these servers disconnect a fucking lot. Like, way more than they should. And so if you're out there PKing with your fire cape, if you disconnect, not only are you going to die, you're not going to get your fire cape back. And I know, and also I know what you're saying. You're probably thinking, oh, well, you won't get your torso back. You also won't get your defender back. Torso, like, the torso and the defender, you know for a fact that when you set your mind to going to get those, you can go get them. Like, it's things that are like set amounts of time to get. Like a torso, all you need is just like a semi-decent team, and you're guaranteed you're going to get your torso back. With the Rune Defender, all you gotta do is get a couple warrior tokens, show the one bitch your Addy defender, go in and kill him for like 10-20 minutes, and you got your defender back. With a fire cape, if you're someone like me who doesn't know for sure if you're gonna get the fire cape first attempt, and you're in the back of your mind, you're thinking you probably won't. It seems to me like it's not really worth it, because if you die once, you may not get it back for a while. And so pretty much what it boils down to in my mind is that if you're one of those people who, like, in the back of your head, you know for a fact you're going to get your fire cape first try, then definitely, in my opinion, by 100% whatever, definitely worth getting a fire cape. Because if you die, you know you can get it back in like another 2 hours, and 2 hours isn't that big of a deal to get something back like that. That adds like a little bit of strength bonus to your hits and stuff. On the other side, like if you're someone like me who doesn't know for sure, like like I said multiple times, the only time I ever got a fire cape was with max stats, and it's really a lot different doing it with range. I've never done it with range, and I've never done it without max stats, and doing it with range at like 65 where you don't hit for shit, like. I was used to having like full chaotics and doing melee and stuff and hitting like 40s on a task on the monsters in there. But with 65 range and range potted up, I was hitting maxes of 21 with bullets, which are a lot slower than rapiers. So it was like getting a fire cape was like a 45-minute job, and then now on here it's like a 2.5-hour job, which is not good at all for my ADHD. And also, like, I was doing a little bit of research, like calculating some max hits and stuff, and the most that the fire cape's gonna add to your hit is one hit point of damage. And a lot of times it won't even do that. Like, I think I searched it up. I'd use the old max hit calculator thing where like it uses the 3-digit one, and in 07 doing that it rounds up, I believe. So if you were hitting like a 396, you were gonna hit a 40. And so I think the fire cape added like 5 or 6, which was pretty much guaranteed to up your hit by 1. So it adds just one hit point of damage, and it got me thinking, like, is that really worth the risk for me? Like, first, it's gonna take me, like, I've already attempted it 3 times and failed all 3 times. So right there, that's 6 hours of work. Or, well, because I didn't get all the way through, so maybe like 4 hours of work. And if I attempted another run and I actually got it this time, that's 6 hours of work for one boost, like 1 hit boost on any hit that I was gonna do. And like when you're PKing, it's really not gonna make too big of a difference in my opinion. I mean, maybe you'll eventually get into a fight where you don't kill the guy by 1 HP, and you're like, oh, what the fuck, that's bullshit, and you start throwing shit. But, I mean, in actuality, in my opinion, it seems to me like it really doesn't matter. And, like I said, I mean, if you're one of those people that guarantee you're going to get the fire cape when you attempt it, then definitely worth it. But if you're someone like me who doesn't know, in my opinion, I don't think it's really worth it. And so, for the time being, I've decided that I don't want to get a fire cape just yet. Maybe I'll get one in the future. Most likely I'll get one in the future. But in order to even want to attempt that again, I definitely want to get 70 range. And I definitely want to make some more money and stuff like that. And even if I did get it, I don't even know if I would take it with me PKing, just because of the disconnecting issues that they have right now with the servers. And so, yeah, that's pretty much what my opinion is on the whole fire cape situation. And I know you're probably thinking I'm just here making excuses because I failed, but I mean, if I really set my mind to it, I probably could go and get it. Obviously, it would take a couple attempts or something, probably. But, you know, practice makes perfect, and eventually I'd probably get the law of probabilities and shit would tell you that eventually I would probably get it. Not necessarily the first try or the 10th try, but eventually I would get it. But it brought to mind, like, you know, the cost of that, like each run, like 800k. So if it did take me 10 tries, where the fuck am I gonna make 8 mil? And so like I said, for the time being, I just really don't see myself getting a fire cape in the near future. Well, I mean, maybe in the near future, but just not for the time being. I've decided that when I go PKing, since I'm not gonna be wearing a fire cape, I gotta do something to kinda make myself look like an idiot. And so I'm trying to think of like weird cape slot items that I could wear while PKing, like a bone sack or like something completely absurd just to wear on my back by PK, so people look at me like, what the fuck is this guy doing? And I'll be like, I'll pretend like I did it on purpose because it's my persona when I'm PKing, and not because I can't get a fire cape. And people will be like, damn, that dude's tight. And not really, they'll probably think I'm an idiot. It'll be all in good fun. I mean, obviously, since I'm not gonna have a fire cape here soon. And the good thing is that I won't, like, if I do disconnect, the worst I'll lose is my torso and my defender. Both aren't too hard to get back. If you're, like, I'm really well experienced in Barbarian Assault, and I'm not too bad at it. Like, the hardest rule for most people is defender, and that's my best rule, so it's really wouldn't be too hard for me to get a torso back, and then again, you know, the defender. Cyclopses are actually semi-good for training, so if I do lose my defender, just go back and, you know, train some strength on some Cyclopses, and get my defender back, and maybe get some strength training and experience and stuff like that. Anyways, this video is definitely going on for a lot longer than I thought it was going to be, and I just wanted to share my opinions on the whole fire cape ordeal for someone like me, and just wanted to share with you guys my my experiences in trying to go for the fire capes and failing miserably and doing stupid shit as I'm prone to do. Hope you guys enjoyed watching me kill these blood builds. I made a lot of money, but yeah, thanks for watching, guys. And maybe, I don't know, I think there's at least one girl out there who watches my videos. I remember someone commented. Some girl told me she loved me. You know, I got a little... Yeah, I blushed a little, alright? But, yeah. Anyways, thanks for watching, guys, and I hope you enjoy the rest of your fantastic, fabulous day.